Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is asiaatinuke, or you can call me Pud. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you an easy way to construct a U-part wig, the technique that I use. So with this, you can wear the hair down, like just traditional like this. Also, you can wear the hair up and like a half up, half down with a claw clip. Also, you can pull the hair all the way up if you like and wear it in ponytails or buns. I don't typically wear my hair up in the back too much, so there is like a small area. These are just like my pressed out BBs because they grew. So it covers, pretty much the band that's in the back. The only time I'll ever wear my hair up, honestly, with this style is like if I go to the gym or something. But if that's something that you typically do often, it's no problem to wear it with this style. So all the tools that I use to construct this U-part wig will be linked below, and if you're interested in all that, stay tuned. Alright, so what you'll need for the construction of the U-part wig are some scissors. You need a needle and thread. I like to use T-pins to hold the wig cap down, and then also to hold the tracks, to the wig cap while you're sewing them. If you do have a tripod stand, you can use that. I don't, so I'm just going to use this wig holder. You can get it from Amazon, and then it just attached to any free edge that you have. So when you order it off Amazon, it comes in packs of 2. It's like this, but it's really simple to put together. You're going to need a wig head. The one I'm using is a 22. Also, you need the wig caps. These are the wig caps that I like to use. They come from Amazon as well. I like because they already have like a smaller, not like a really large U-parting space, like a really small space, so that you can have just like minimal leave out, and it's like perforated, stretchy. Also, for this video, the bundles that we're going to be using are from BestSoJoy Hair. They also sent some lashes. It's an Amazon provider, and the lengths that we're using are 18, 20, 22, and 24. So let's get started. So we want to start with taking our dome head. So you can't really tell because my dome head has really been through the struggle. I had it for a while now, but I do have marks on here from where I do like to put my wig caps and make sure that they sit, because that's comfortable for me. So I would suggest that you just do that. Again, I am using a 22-inch blockhead. You can't really see it because, again, it's like hair dye, marking, everything on here. But we want to take our wig caps and put it on our dome head to match the spots where we marked at, where that's comfortable for you. Make sure everything is like lined up right nice in the center. Make sure that it all makes sense, because this is going to be how it lays on your head. Make sure everything is right, nice and comfortable and neat. Pull them down to your markers. See, everything kind of fits flush. Like once I get it onto my markers, everything kind of fits flush onto where I have my marker set. And for me, just to make sure that everything stays in place where I want it, I do like to just take the T-pins and get it in there. Make sure it's not going to move around or anything like that. Put it in where you put your markers and stuff. So once you do have all your T-pins in and you have your wig head secured down, you do want to put it on to the holder. My desk is open just a little bit to make sure that my holder just, it has an area to sit. But you want to just place it, and now it's not going anywhere. You could turn it, move it, do whatever you need to do with it, and it's good. I'm going to take the longest bundle and begin to start placing the tracks. And the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to start at the first ear marker and bring it all the way around to the next ear marker. And then I'm going to just start placing the tracks in the middle to fill it in. Next, once we get above this ear marker, I'm going to come all the way up to the beginning and then bring that back around to the beginning on the other side and start placing the tracks to fill in the middle. That is going to help for if you want to pull the hair up into like a bun or a ponytail or something. It's not going to show tracks all around the side. Although we do have leave out of our real hair on the sides, it'll just help for more seamless blending and moving the hair around, doing different styles. So now I'm just going to go start placing the tracks in, and then I'll be back. So just to begin, I do go through the track in the beginning, and also I do go inside of the wig cap. So I do come in and then just knot it, so like to make sure that the track is not going to go anywhere, everything is nice and in place and really stiff. You know, it's really secure, so nothing's going to happen. That's what I do. Also, I do just kind of go a little bit above where the wig cap starts at. That's just so I like to sew my U-part wigs down. You don't have to sew them down. You can use like the teeth or the clips, I guess if that's what you want to call them, combs. You can use the combs. My only thing with using the combs is that sometimes when, you know, the wig cap gets, or the U-part wig gets a little older, it can get a little stretched out and like weird. So I just like to sew them down. That doesn't really bother me. Again. So now what I was saying about using that extra T-pin, if it is easier for you, you can take an extra T-pin, place the track where you want it to go, and then just put it in with a T-pin that holds the track in place to make it easier for you to just sew it down. So it's not like moving all around and doing like all that weird stuff. To the other ear tab, I'm going to bring, this is still the 24-inch bundle. I'm still just going to bring this all the way up to the beginning here, bring it back down all the way over to the beginning on the other side, and then we'll be able to fill in the tracks in the middle. I'm still not going under the band. I'm still going through it, but making sure I'm going under the track, but just leaving a little bit of space for when I go to sew this to my actual hair. Well, to my braids. We are coming to an end here. With the thread is really small, so what I like to do is to separate it, like open it up, open the thread up, put it over the needle, and then once it's over the needle like that, like it's in, the needle is inside of the thread, I do like to loop it 1, 2, about 3 times. That's going to create a knot. Pull it down, let it create that knot. You want to make sure it's tight so that that track is not going to really go anywhere. You can also knot the string just like that, you know, just a basic little knot, and then we tie it. That additional knot is going to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. You know, it's not going to loosen up, stuff like that. The knot is really small, so it's not really going to be too noticeable, too much of a big deal. Also, if you do notice that there is this area here on the wig, so I leave that alone. Yes, we're going to cut off this part here, and this is where our leave out is going to be. But I don't sew onto this with the braids from the back part. how this is just, you know, looped around here, I am in the end going to go in and put one single track on there again, because that track is going to sew down to where our anchor braids are, around where our leave out is going to be. So that's perfectly fine. Like, you could just keep it like that. I'm going to rethread this needle and then come back and show you guys how I'm just going to flip it over, bring it around. We're going to do the other side and then just fill in the middle. So because we already did create a knot and then we're not like cutting the track or anything like that, starting a new track, you don't have to go through the track again with the needle. The only time I go through the track with the needle is when I'm first starting out. You know, like first on that first track of the first bundle, just to make sure everything's going to stay down. So when you're flipping it over and stuff like that, literally it's just a nice little amount of space that's here. You're going to make sure like you're pressing it down. Again, we don't want to sew onto this band part that's right here, that little extra space. So we want to make sure that we're leaving that alone. But you are just flipping it just a little bit. Make sure that you're coming up over top of where the track is going to be right there, not on top of it, but just nice over top of it, a little bit of space. You know, it doesn't have to be like too much grand space. If this pack of hair, like this bundle or order of hair, shipment of hair, came with 4 bundles, so you can make it a little bit closer together. If you do have 3 bundles, you can make them a little bit further apart just to make sure that you do not run out of hair. But you're going to want to put it in. Put the needle under the track, under the weft or the track or whatever, I don't know. But you want to put it under it. Again, we're going to make sure that we're making a knot with our needle by putting it in there like that. Now, since this is a freshly piece of thread, we want to make sure, see like how that just snagged? Make sure it's not going to snag because that is so annoying. And it's going to pull it right tight just like that. So again, make sure that it's still folded right nice and neat, real flat. And again, we're still going to go with that cross type of method that we were doing. It's hard to see. We're going under the track, bringing it over, making sure nothing is like loose and snagged and knotted and stuff like that. And boom, just like that. Just keep going. And it's nice and flat. It's going. Everything's fine. Pull it up. This is what it look like when it's pulled up. You know, not all crazy, things like that. And then we're going to keep going.